Являюсь старшим пастором Евангельской реформатской церкви города Одессы.
I am the senior pastor of the Evangelical Reformed Presbyterian Church of Odessa. But my professional training was as an artist, a painter. And I now see why God gave me this background. The history of this church began during the time of Tsar Alexander in the 19th century. Believers from France, Germany, and Switzerland emigrated here and were allowed to establish their church at that time. It was they who built this church building over 100 years ago. After the fall of the Soviet Union and perestroika, the Presbyterian faith returned to Odessa. The church was established in 1995, and in 1998, the government returned this historic building to us in the center of the city, where we continue to do ministry. We've been developing the various gifts and ministries of the members, including Bible studies, prayer meetings, youth group, women in the church, leadership training, Sunday school classes, an elementary school, a library, hospital ministry, and evangelism. It took us 6 years to repair the facade, roof, sanctuary, stairwells, and so forth. But on the first floor of the building, we were not able to do repairs. That's the area needed for offices and outreach ministries. But for 10 years, another organization was entrenched there, an actors' guild. So we did not have access, and that area was not repaired. A small part of the area was renovated in the last couple of years to house the business ministry and counseling center. But the majority of the space remains in a dreadful condition. To become useful, it needs architectural redesign of the interior, new windows and wiring, replacement of floors and walls and ceilings, and a kitchen and restrooms. The elders of the church last year looked over our general growth strategy, and together we are deeply committed to be a church that ministers. We need to serve the city, to take the gospel of Christ to people around us. This is our primary goal. This is a historical building, but we want it to be something that is approachable, something that people can come into and hear about Christ.
In 1993, when we came to Ukraine, there was no Presbyterian church in Ukraine. And God planted His church. And then, right here in this room, we saw this church nationalized. So now we have their own leaders, our own churches, but our job now is to partner with this national church to help enable their vision, to see them go beyond in spreading the gospel in Ukraine.
I was born here in this city, and I love this city. God saved me here, and I want to tell others about Him too, and in an understandable way.
В реформатской семинарии я вернулся к живописи.
After finishing seminary, I came back to art again and realized how art touches people's hearts. The East-West Museum, right behind me, features the works of world-famous artists like Franz Hals, Caravaggio, Titian, and others. It also has a lecture hall for cultural events. Using my contacts, I would like to exhibit my artwork here and draw artistic people to the activities in our arts center at the church, to discuss God's beauty and truth there, breaking through the barriers of their unbelief. This is a city of culture, and that's the language that these people understand. We want to take this message to them in a cultural way, so they will understand the message of Christ. We are already doing this in part through our music ministry. We were given a pipe organ, and our monthly organ concerts bring in hundreds of people. I introduce each concert with an evangelical message connected to the arts. But to create lasting bridges, we need to build closer relationships with artistic people of all kinds. We want to use this historic church and to use the spiritual gifts of our church members in order to reach people. I am an artist. 6 years ago, when I finished the Evangelical Reformed Seminary of Ukraine, I realized that I could glorify God through my art and use it to reach people. So we want to create a city cultural center here in our building, to bring in unbelievers and to build relationships with them through our personal connections, and they are seeing the origin of beauty, so they would see Christ. People are dying all around us, and they have various problems with drugs and alcohol. We want these people with these various problems to come and see the love of God, to see true beauty, and to see us, and to come in and cooperate in rebuilding their lives and their culture. But for this we need the means. We want to redo this area on the first floor as a multi-purpose facility, so that we can have an art gallery there, a place to hold meetings and exhibitions, teach seminars, and have more office and classroom space. If we are able to find the funds, this will be a great tool. We are also in a financial crisis in Ukraine, but there is also corruption, and people are in poverty. Even the artists themselves are in tremendous poverty, and we have a golden opportunity to influence these very artists. We want to encourage them. If we do a nice repair here and are able to attract people to these ministries, we can show them that beauty exists, that there is hope, and that this hope and beauty is related to the Church of Jesus Christ, related to the gospel. This will be a bridge into culture and into society.
В нашем городе очень дорогая недвижимость.
It's very expensive to find office space here in the city, but the Lord has made us owners of the space. We want to make it useful, to create an arts and ministry center here, but we need your help. We want to thank all those who have taken part in this project thus far, and we would ask you to help us finish out this project, helping us to reach our city.
Thank you very much.